In this video, I'm going to look individually at each of the 9 turnovers in the 2016 World Championship men's final between USA and Japan.
Tanaka swings it Kurono to the end zone, and it's knocked away a second time!
Keep your eye on Freechild, who will get the first D of the game. Notice how he takes the initiative to reposition as the disc moves. He's keeping half an eye on the disc, meaning that when it's thrown for a swing, he's able to react a fraction of a second before Japan's captain Kikawa, and has position to get a fantastic layout D. But wait a minute, where did Rehder come from? 3 passes before the turn, Gibson appears to be initiating a sandwich or bracketing setup with Rehder. This means Rehder is better placed to cover the break side. Like Freechild, Rehder keeps an eye on the disc and reacts very early to Japan's attack, putting himself in a great position to clean up with a completely necessary D.
Oh, and a good poach there, well timed. Kolick intercepts the pass.
Kolick uses his position to keep half an eye on his mark and half an eye on the field. It takes him 1/5 of a second to react to Arakawa's in-cut. He puts 3 hard steps in before getting a visual with the thrower Matsuno, who goes ahead with the throw because his view of Kolick was obscured by the force. Point of note, Kikawa and Tanaka's close positioning here means that Kolick and number 24 Sefton have the opportunity to gain advantage through sandwiching and switching. Sefton should have covered Kolick's mark as he drifted deep, as this would have allowed Kolick to make his poaching bid without exposing any significant vulnerability if the bid was not successful.
And for them, they get the funding that they need to travel.
Oh!
Take a look here at the block from earlier in the point. Gibson comes around the far side.
This is an incredible athletic block from Gibson. It's possible he was able to be particularly tight due to anticipating Kikawa was going to change direction when his first move was aimed towards a teammate. Just before the disc is released, Gibson is accelerating towards the exact point an accurate throw would be aimed at. His tightness keeps open the options of going either side of Kikawa in the case of an inaccurate throw. From the other angle, it looks as if Gibson is about to commit assault, with one hand either side of Kikawa. Critically, he has already committed his body mass to passing on the right-hand side, and his athleticism truly comes into play as he pulls his left arm well back and twists his body to keep contact to an absolute minimum. To continue to bid with his left hand here would be a clumsy, dangerous play. Canada.
Matt Rehder up the line, and USA's first mistake.
Number 88 Katsuta sets up a sandwich or a bracket with Arakawa when he sees that their marks are close together. Playing heads up, he sees Rehder's undercut, checks if the disc will be thrown, and actively repositions. Making full use of the freedom given to him by the deep coverage of the sandwiching setup, he sees Gibson's up-line move and simply needs to build on the momentum given from his active repositioning in the sandwiching setup to go and get the interception.
Kurono beats Rehder on the under. And here's Matsuno launching. A lot of float on that one, but not enough.
As Matsuno catches, Arakawa sets off deep for their classic crossfield flick break huck connection. Russell Wine puts a bid in on the force as Matsuno releases the huck less than 1 second after catching the underpass. Slightly less angle or slightly less power, and this would be a goal, but as it stands, it's an execution error on Matsuno's part.
And incredibly, Brian, there have been more turnovers on this point than in the first 15 points of the game combined. Dillon for White, he can't get it.
A cross-field 50-yard throw. And hard to tell from that angle. We'll get another look here. I think the Japanese player looks to have gotten the disc before contact was made. Both of them vying for that spot.
Japan's defense is looking very zonal after several turnovers in this point. Number 6 Kurono doesn't fully commit to cover Nathan White's deep cut until the disc is up, as he can see Matsuno is helping out, and the window which White could receive an uncontested pass in is actually very small. Although possibly forced by Matsuno's adjustment, it has to go down as a decision error by Trent Dillon, who had a wide open underpass available. White retracts his foul call after discussion, in a great display of normal spirit.
In North America, and all around the world for that matter, Kurono takes a daring shot, and Arakawa won't get there.
Arakawa cuts diagonally deep to the break side again, but slows up early because the thrower, Kurono, hesitates on the throw. When Matsuno throws to Arakawa from similar positions, his catch pivot release is always smooth, so when the thrower hesitates, Arakawa mistakenly believes the throw won't come. If you watch Arakawa's steps after the hesitation, you can see he slows and then speeds up. Tom Doyle was close enough to have a bid on any throw, so the turn goes down to a combination of miscommunication, execution and decision making.
Kittredge on the under. Oh, and Cassidy could not haul it in.
Japanese defender Komori chases the disc as soon as it is released in order to cause trouble downfield, getting a phantom D on Beau Kittredge's infield pass to Cassidy Rasmussen. Phantom blocks, where a defender does not touch the disc with their bid, but is rightly responsible for the turnover, break the catcher's concentration as they start thinking about the potential interception, as well as often giving a visual distraction by changing the background to the catcher's view of the disc. Point of note, if Beau had inverted his pivot, i.e. gone to the disc and turned to his right instead of turning to his left, he would have seen the poach arriving.
Takahashi. Oh, Koike keeps it alive and then gives it away.
Sad turnover to end on, but some interesting stuff nonetheless. When this Store 9 disc is released, neither Jimmy Mickle nor Josh Marquette have the thrower in their field of view, which means number 3 Takahashi just needs to put the disc out to space. Kurono had the easier catch, but Koike wasn't leaving anything up to chance and committed to the layout. His first fake is excellent, and when Mickle bites he should cash in on the fake by passing to Kurono, who has an easier shot at the Japanese player downfield on the far sideline. Instead he breaks the flow somewhat by faking the inside-out backhand, putting energy into a full fake which doesn't accomplish much and which didn't seem like a realistic throwing option. He turns to Takahashi and oopsie, puts the disc out as he moves. Classic miscommunication error. There were only 9 turnovers in this match. 5 of them were caused by a defender switching, sandwiching or poaching. 2.5 turnovers were primarily decision or execution errors. 2 were mostly due to incredible athleticism. Freechild also counts as a sandwiching D due to Rehder's necessary follow-up. And 1.5 turnovers were due to miscommunication. I hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously it's been quite critical as the subject is turnovers. I recommend you check out the full game on YouTube and go to felixultimate.com to have a look at my other analysis pieces on this match, including a breakdown of Japan's unique team defense and a comparison between how each team approaches fielding the pool.